Welcome to our channel, where we break down groundbreaking new science. Today, we're diving into a story that could flip one of the world's fastest-growing industries completely on its head. It turns out its most valuable product might have been treated as trash for decades. For as long as anyone can remember, the cannabis industry has been totally obsessed with one thing, and one thing only: the flower. The bud. That's where all the famous compounds like THC and CBD are concentrated. Everything else? It's just been considered waste. But what if that's been a colossal mistake? A really shocking discovery coming out of South Africa suggests that for all these years, growers have been unknowingly composting a potential gold mine that's been hiding in plain sight. So, to really get why this is such a game changer, we first have to talk about the staggering amount of waste the industry produces. It's all based on this one simple idea, that the leaves are totally worthless. Okay, check this out. In a typical harvest, the flower, the part they actually sell, makes up only about 10% of the plant's total weight. That means the other 90%, all the leaves, the stems, the stalks, it just gets thrown out. We're talking millions of tons of biological waste every single year. Now, put that into perspective. If you look at a market like South Africa, which is projected to be worth about 28 billion rand, well, when 90% of your entire crop is seen as a disposal problem, you're not just wasting plant matter. You are literally throwing away incredible economic potential. But here's the crazy part. It wasn't always this way. If you go way back, ancient physicians in China actually used cannabis leaf concoctions for things like severe pain. Even doctors in the 19th century wrote about their value. But as modern science got laser-focused on THC and the flowers, all of that ancient wisdom just kinda got lost. Well, until now. So just recently, a team of researchers at Stellenbosch University made a discovery that completely rewrites what we thought we knew about the cannabis leaf. They found something hiding inside that decades and decades of research had just completely missed. Hiding deep inside the leaves, they found a totally new class of compounds called flavoalkaloids. Now, these are super rare hybrid molecules that, before this, scientists thought only existed in a few plants, like tea. Finding them in cannabis, it was an absolute shock. So, what in the world is a flavoalkaloid? Okay, think of it like this. It's a chemical chimera. On one side, you've got flavonoids. These are like the plant's shield. They give it antioxidant and anti-inflammatory protection. Then on the other side, you have alkaloids. These are the plant's spear, really potent compounds like caffeine or morphine that have very specific targeted effects in the body. A flavoalkaloid fuses both of those, the shield and the spear, into one single powerful molecule. But here's where it gets really interesting. These powerhouse compounds, they weren't in every single plant. The researchers figured out pretty quickly that the secret was locked away inside the genetics of one very, very special strain. So the team tested 3 different commercial strains that are pretty common. 2 of them showed either nothing at all or just the tiniest trace of these flavoalkaloids. But one strain, a hybrid called Blue Sky, was absolutely packed with 16 of these incredible newly identified compounds. So what makes Blue Sky so special? Well, its family tree gives us a pretty big clue. It's a cross between 2 strains, and one of its parents is Rocky Mountain blueberry. Now, the whole blueberry family of strains is famous for being bred specifically to produce high levels of anthocyanins. Those are the flavonoids that give plants those beautiful purple and blue colors. This strongly suggests that Blue Sky inherited some kind of unique genetic machinery for creating these really complex molecules. Which, of course, brings up a huge question. If these molecules are so amazing, why has nobody ever seen them before? The answer is pretty cool. They were hiding in plain sight the whole time, completely masked by other, more common compounds. It actually took a massive leap forward in technology to finally see them. Think of it like this. The standard lab equipment everyone's been using saw the plant's chemistry like a really blurry photo, only able to pick out about 100 different chemical signals. The new tech these researchers used, it's like a super resolution microscope. It can resolve over 3,000 distinct signals. And that's what finally allowed them to see these rare molecules that were hiding there all along. And listen, this discovery isn't just some fascinating piece of science for a textbook. The potential health implications here are absolutely profound. And this is where the story gets really, really exciting. So early research on similar compounds suggests that these flavoalkaloids are powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. But their most exciting potential, by far, lies in neuroprotection, the ability to actually protect our brain cells from damage as we age. The link to aging is just wow. Scientists have seen that similar compounds found in tea can stop the formation of these toxic molecules called AGEs. These nasty things build up in our bodies as we get older, and they're heavily linked to devastating diseases like Alzheimer's. The potential here is just enormous. This could really open up a whole new chapter in natural medicine. And, if you find these kinds of breakthroughs as fascinating as we do, please like and subscribe. It really helps our channel a lot.
Okay, so this leads to the big question, right? How could a person actually benefit from this? Well, it turns out the key isn't just what you consume, but how you prepare it.
Smoking the leaves? Yeah, that's probably useless. The intense heat from burning them would almost certainly destroy these delicate hybrid molecules. But because they're water-soluble, just like the good stuff in tea, the most effective methods are gentle ones, like juicing the raw, fresh leaves, or just simply brewing them into a tea. What this discovery does is fundamentally flip the entire economic model of cannabis cultivation on its head. It transforms the leaf from this costly waste product that you have to pay to get rid of into a potential source for high-value health products. It literally gives value to the entire plant. And really, this discovery points to a much bigger idea, doesn't it? It just makes you wonder, what other hidden treasures are we overlooking in the things we're so quick to label as waste? It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the greatest value is found exactly where we least expect it. Hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This content does not constitute medical advice, legal advice, or recommendations for the use, self-treatment, or consumption of any substance.